There is no getting around the fact that in the past 2.5 years, Vancouver Police and Clark County deputies shot and killed 8 people. 5 were armed, and 5 of the 8 were people of color, 3 black men and 2 Pacific Islanders, despite those groups representing about 3% of the population.
When you just look at the raw numbers, more people were killed in King County. But when you adjust for population, there's actually a greater risk of being killed by law enforcement in Clark County. And that risk goes up for people of color and is over 10 times higher for Black people in Clark County.
It is also true that prosecutors investigating the cases found officers justified in their deadly use of force in all 8 cases. Kevin Peterson Sr. would dispute that.
Kevin's loss was a huge blow.
In October of 2020, his 21-year-old son, Kevin Peterson Jr., was shot by Clark County deputies during a drug sting. Investigators found Peterson was armed, and deputies felt their lives were threatened. Peterson Sr. thinks his son's case is another example of racism in policing. He applauds the effort to bring in the DOJ. And so does Nakia Hunter, the sister of Carlos Hunter, who was armed and killed by Vancouver police detectives during a drug investigation traffic stop in 2019.
I'm very appreciative of the people that came together in the vision of justice and truth for all.
The letter calling for the Department of Justice to investigate is signed by the ACLU, NAACP, and 19 other organizations. It concludes by saying, quote, "We request that the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice promptly investigate whether the VPD, CCSO, and the Joint Drug Task Force have engaged in a pattern or practice of violations of civil rights by using unnecessary and excessive force." Today, the leader of the Vancouver NAACP said time has run out, trying to deal with the problem locally.
At the end of the day, all residents of Vancouver and Clark County, regardless of race, housing status, or mental health status, deserve fair, equal, and professional treatment by police, and no one should have to live in fear, which is happening right now.
In a statement this afternoon, the Vancouver Police Department said it is committed as a professional law enforcement organization to continuous improvement to lawfully and equitably protect the safety of all community members we serve. It went on to say it's fully prepared to cooperate with any inquiry or investigation that may stem from this letter. And the Clark County Sheriff said his organizations follow the nation's best practices and, quote, "As sheriff, I've always been committed and believe in the process. The Clark County Sheriff's Office is dedicated to the citizens of Clark County and transparency of the organization," unquote.